Hey guys, Fusebox here, and I've been super sick pretty much all week. So sorry. On top of that, I've been busy. When I was even able to work, I've been working overtime. But I do want to go over this new Hurndig. I was able to get him on all three accounts. It wasn't too unobtainable. I did have to use gems to get some of my, just for energy. But it worked out good, and I do not regret it. I know a lot of people have been talking, and it's true. The epics, if you if you didn't quite get Hurndig, but you were able to get some of these epics during this event, absolutely top notch. Siege Breaker or the Hulk, he's pretty awesome. The fish lizard, and especially that hippo, specifically because he is a skinwalker, makes him very valuable. But Hurndig, absolutely worth the effort. So I was able to. He is an absolute damage dealer. Let's start there. I'll show him actually leveling himself and grinding the food I needed to get him to 60 or to 6-star ascension on his own without any masteries, without any ascensions, just some gear. He absolutely could level himself from 5 to 550 with just decent gear. And then I'll even show, of course, it obviously gets much better as I geared him, as I started to ascend him. Luckily, right now, the blue magic keep is up, so I was able to get him totally done. And no special gear. It's good gear, but it's not special. Basically, I did what you would normally do. Crit damage, not 6-star, so not the best. But looking for crit rate rolls on everything. Here's a mismatched set just because I needed the attack percentage and the crit rate. Speed boost with some crit rate. But I do have two cruel sets on him to get him a little more. He can ignore a small amount of defense, 10%. It's not nearly as good as if I had a savage set on him. But without taking gear off my other champions, just putting him in straightforward gear, going for stats that you would expect to see on a damage dealer. Not outrageous on attack, because you do want to focus. He's not just a damage dealer. He's also your debuffer. He can take the defense down. He can put weaken on everybody. He can land HP burns. He can steal turn meter. He does everything you want. He takes 2 or 3 slots off of your roster and fills them. So you start with making sure that you get accuracy. Playing around, I was able to do it with just a really strong accuracy banner and some small rolls everywhere else. After that, you want to hit 100% crit. So accuracy and then crit rate. The crit rate's important because to actually land, is it this one? Yeah. He attacks one enemy, fully depletes its turn meter. That's awesome. But if this crits, he also hits everybody else in AoE with a guaranteed chance, once this is booked, a guaranteed chance to place weaken, the strong version, and HP burn on any enemies that were actually below 30% turn meter. So this, you get a lot more out of this, making sure it crits. But on top of that, he does so much damage that he absolutely deserves that crit rate. And then after that, you're focusing on getting some crit rate damage and attack. Hopefully a little HP to keep you alive and all the goodies. He takes a lot of stats, but really just a balanced build gets a lot out of this guy. So let's go over the rest of his kit. His A1 is actually an incredible one. If it kills somebody, he gets an extra turn, but it also sets stasis strike it puts the cooldown down by 2. Now this can be with books a 4-turn cooldown, but as always, I'm going to play him just like anybody else without books the day you get him. If you have books, he's quite amazing. But even without books, you can take the cooldown down by 2. If this is 4, that's pretty amazing, right? So you take an A1, that brings your cooldown down by 1. You get the extra turn, which could lead to another A1, but you also took 2 more cooldowns. I mean, so every time he takes an A1 and kills somebody, you're getting 3 or 4. It just comes around so quick, it's unbelievable. So real quick, let's look at everything else. His A2 just breaks defense and breaks accuracy on the entire team. All of these hit hard, like hit ridiculous hard. So you saw him kind of grinding himself up to level 550. Maybe I showed him going from 550 or 6 to 660 on his own. As he improved, you see the damage improve. Just throwing him in to show what he does. Let me real quick set him up. There he is. All right, we'll just watch this guy go. It's unbelievable. So you'll get to see. Let's see how quickly he kills everything here. So I got a weak hit that shows his A1 decreasing the cooldown by 2, actually 3 because he took the A1. There's another A1 decreasing it by 2 more, bringing him right back around to that big move. He's insane. He's insane. He's got his A3, his A2, always ready to go. And when he's using the A1, there's now the A3, where he hits one and hits everybody else, is probably my favorite ability. But it's nice to get out that break defense first. So let's just let's just show this guy in some action, like some real action. And again, I've been sick. I'm about a week behind at least on Doom Tower. I barely finished normal, and I've only come this far so far. But just showing him in action, what I'm doing, I'm speeding up my team. I'm slowing down their team with Physics. I'm bringing in some heals and some stuns. I'm bringing in some stuns and some buffs. And really, he's doing all the damage work here. I mean, you know, they're all built well. But he can control a team. Oh, I got to go to one I beat. Sorry. He can control a team outrageously well. He does all the debuffing, all the damage. And everybody else is just here to actually, you know, stun, freeze, do whatever I can do to control the team. So let's slow it down just for a minute. He's already broke defense on everybody. There we put out weaken. Of course, we're killing things as we do this. His damage is amazing. So if we even get to his A1, he will likely kill this enemy here. If it stays alive, we'll have to see. Here we go. So he'll kill that enemy, giving him an extra turn instantly. If you had books, this would go right back into his A3, which would absolutely end this. So we'll speed this up and just kind of we'll watch this this amazing dwarf do some work. How about that hair too, right? So, I mean, you see, he hits like a truck, and he's not built in game. He's built well, and now I may have to swap some gear out from somebody because he's going to be so useful everywhere I go. The guy who brings the defense down also brings it down with pain. Then he brings a weaken after the defense is down, and it comes with pain. So this guy just constantly puts out damage. He can A1 through a bunch of weak enemies like nobody's business too, much like Septimus can do. There's no reason not to get him if you're sitting there wondering. I get it, you know, I needed that hippo too, but let me tell you, the epics, I get epics constantly when I do my shard pulls. They're not that incredibly hard to get. It may take time, but I may never see this guy come out of a shard for a year, 2 years. I may never see it, period, right? So if you want a good hero and they're letting you earn it, take that hero. That's my advice. Of course, do what you want, do what you think is best. But after all that work, he's your prize, and he's absolutely worth it. So we'll just kind of watch him go through here and finish this out. But I like the animations too. I mean, he's a really cool cat. The mortar fire coming out of those cannons on his back, going in with that hammer. You gotta forgive me. I don't know what I had, but it's been pretty hard on my throat. But yeah, he's absolutely worth the effort. I hope that you stuck with it. And if you didn't, you do have a great consolation prize. Getting to choose which one of the epics you want. They're all really good, solid heroes. But this guy right here, he's better than your average bear. He's really a pretty decent hero. When I say pretty decent, he's an amazing and an exceptional hero. He really is. 1, 2, 3, 3 debuffs, breaking defense, breaking accuracy, and bringing weaken, and doing it all as the main damage dealer. I mean, he's absolutely insane. He's insane. In-game good. If you don't have that Trunda, people always compare these heroes to other heroes. Well, if you don't have those heroes, there's no point in comparing them. But speaking of Trunda, he pairs up really nicely with her. Or can absolutely take her place if you don't have Trunda. So it looks like we need to start over here. We go into a fight. she obviously is the one that kills everybody. You've got two ways of using this guy. He can be your debuffer and then go into a Trunda. So I could go Hurndig, Trunda, and the amount of damage coming before the debuff and after the debuff would be insane. But if I just put him on my team, let's do the auto version. On auto, he's going to use the A2 that breaks defense. But it's enough. But this team was really weak. Obviously, the arena has swung back into easy mode. Let's see if there's somebody that can. Here we have at least an well. Wow, these teams for gold 4 like midway up. It's pretty rough. So what do we do here? How do I show this guy off? All right, so this is going to be a slow team. Let's just take out some damage. Let's try that, I guess. I guess maybe this will work. We'll just try it. Let's at least make sure we go first. He does, by the way, have a big attack aura for arena. Take this off auto. So here you have a choice. On auto, he's going to do this move. Now, without debuffs and everything, this is the debuff move. Probably won't kill everybody. So at the risk of messing up against this easy team, let's show it off. All right, so we hit for like 20,000. Finally broke their defense. Let's see if we can even get back around to him. Now, this move is absolutely insane. Now, you want it to crit, so you're going to want to hit at least a neutral hero, definitely not a red. So I'm going to go for this one. It'll probably kill him, and then if we don't get weak hits, we'll probably kill everybody. So, and there you go. That's without break defense on everybody. It just didn't land. I didn't look at affinity. He's insane. He's just insane. Maybe we can slow this down. There we go. So he could come in as your debuffer or your nuker, or kind of both, right? When you're building him out, you could ignore his accuracy. I don't suggest doing that, but you could do it and just go for attack and damage, and he will not disappoint you. But landing all those debuffs in other content, it's kind of like Trunda. If you can get the accuracy on Trunda, there's a difference with Trunda. When she doesn't have accuracy, she's guaranteed to get 2 hits, and that's why people do that. But this guy really, he does it all. He deserves to have everything. So his build's going to feel tricky. It doesn't have to be that bad, though. Just make sure he's got to be fast. Get him at the speed of your team. It's great if he goes first. If you can actually get him going before everybody, or at least right after your speed booster, that's going to land the debuff for everybody else. So if you're not taking just control characters like we did a minute ago, if somebody else is coming in to do damage, he's going to set the pace by doing a big hit, breaking their defense, and letting somebody else take an even bigger hit. And then when he comes back around, he's just cleaning up the house. He's insane. We'll look at his masters real quick. Now, obviously, on gear sets, if you can get him in savage gear, good savage gear, it's going to be insane. You'll probably want, like, depending on where you are in the game, you may very well want like a perception set to help that accuracy get up there. Here we go. All right, offense tree, crit rate, obviously, crit damage for sure. He especially in most of the content, he's going to do most of his damage with max HP, full HP. So I went ahead and took that. Shield breaker would be great. Don't get me wrong, it'd be another good one depending on where you're using him or what you feel you're coming up against more. I do like Whirlwind of Death. He does kill enemies and it does speed him up. His first hit on each enemy doing 8% more damage helps to seal the deal. Cycle of Violence works great. He kills people, brings them back around. This may be less important if you have all his books in, because he will go through those abilities quickly. And at that point, you can take whatever you think is better. You can maybe even, you might have to sneak down this side. But definitely I like Methodical. His A1 hits hard, and when it kills people, it brings his A3 back around. So I like keeping his A1 as strong as possible as we use it. Kill streak, he kills things, he gets stronger, absolutely worth using. And Helm Smasher, I just think you're missing out if you go with anything else other than Helm Smasher. I really do. If you're really late arena, I could see you taking the extra 50 accuracy, or the extra 50 accuracy if you're really trying to like break 600 or something. But that's if you're using him as a debuffer. I really think you're going to want Elm Smasher. On certain bosses, you could still win out using War Master, but he's here to kill waves, break their defense. He's going to do plenty of damage on bosses without War Master. I don't see him being, though he has the ability to be on a clan boss team. He brings some of the debuffs you want. That's really not what he's made for. It'd have to be an unkillable team for him to be strong, and there's just other people that can fill these slots. So this is really the way I went. Now I did take some accuracy to help me out, but I like, if you don't need it, take some extra HP. But I do like the support tree. Arcane Celerity, he's putting out lots of debuffs. He's going to increase his turn meter as they wear off. Excellent way to keep him rolling. Lore of Steel, it's going to depend on what you're using. I have two sets of the Cruel gear on, and I hopefully will get another set when I find the right pieces for speed boots and an attack chest. So I'm going to stick with Lore of Steel, and then I had to take either Evil Eye or Cycle of Magic, and by the time this guy's booked, he's not going to need that. I could see you using it if you don't have books, and it'll be a while though. But I like Evil Eye, just kind of take some turn meter as he hits people for the first time. And Master Hexer, those debuffs lasting longer, just helps him to get back around to him. That's the way I went, but he's insane. Where can you not use this guy? So anywhere you're using a break defense, let's try him out. I haven't taken him in any dungeons yet. I've ran so many dungeons this week, I'm just tired of them. But breaking defense, getting you through. I mean, he doesn't bring anything for the Fire Knight as far as multi-hitters, but he brings everything else. He brings all the debuffs for the boss and the waves. Dragon's Lair probably makes a lot of sense, actually. We'll just do a stage 20. We're not going to set up a special team or anything. Let me fit him in here real quick. Alright, so we're going to go with, it looks like a ridiculous team, and it kind of is. We want to show him off, and we want to pair him up with another damage dealer. We have stuns coming from Seal. We've got stuns coming from, I do have accuracy, at least enough for regular content. So we got stuns and HP burns coming from Trunda, HP burns coming from Hurndig. We've got all of our break defense, our weaken coming here, speeding up the team just so that we cycle through, and we've got our poisoner for the end. So many of these heroes can fill multiple slots that it really does make a strong team. This is untested. Other than the fact that we're speeding up with the wrong affinity, everything else is a neutral affinity here. So we're all blues. Let's slow this down. Let's get to the next wave and slow it down. Look at the damage just flying off these guys. Absolutely a joy to watch, right? Let's slow it down for this wave. Don't know where they're all starting out at, but we boosted our speed. He just took an A1 there. I got a couple of stuns from her, an A1 from Trunda, but we did stun somebody. And so hopefully we'll come around and break defense here. Yeah, defense is broken. Now we're going to do more damage with our entire team. And really that comes down to Trunda and Hurndig. So here's Trunda's turn. Just an A1, but she did stun another one. These heroes are so good, and the dwarves are just stacked now. He gets a free turn because he did his A1. There's his A3. And we'll speed this back up. We'll let this kind of run through real quick. You get the idea. We have, between just two heroes, Trunda and Hurndig. It doesn't have to be Trunda. Well, then Seal of the Drakes really is doing a lot of this too, bringing stuns. You could bring Archmage Helmet. He's absolutely brilliant. He does stuns. He speeds up your team. Does a lot of great for you. And now we're just, this is where he may die. I really don't know how this will play out. This is really all about getting those poisons out and keeping the team moving fast. But I think we'll probably get through this so quick that it won't much matter. We broke accuracy. That's important on this dragon. You can't slow the dragon down, but breaking his accuracy when he tries to do this, we resisted so many poisons. I know we still took some, but you saw those green resists coming up. You can rewind that and watch it. Tons of resists. We're poisoned to the gill. So we've got break defense. We've got weaken out. Everybody's doing tons of damage. Let's see how he compares to Trunda, who is still a stronger hero. But the way he comes back with extra turns and extra rounds, pretty much probably can hold his own against her through regular content. So we'll see. What do we got here? Hurndig right at 1,000,000. Trunda, he beat Trunda. Of course, Frozen Banshee got all the poison damage on the boss, but he actually beat Trunda by about 100,000. So that's definitely solid. Let's sell this before it gets in our bags. My bags stay full all the time. Look, if his affinity lines up, you can bring him. He can be your only damage dealer and the person who breaks defense, brings weaken, breaks their accuracy, protecting you from poisons and anything nasty, any debuffs you don't want on your team. He's worth the effort. If you got him, if you're thinking about getting him, it's amazing. Do it. Let's real quick talk about this thing. I didn't pull any. I actually got through my summoning just off of voids and blues. But you get a free champ. And I want to tell you, 15 is ridiculous. I mean, if you're buying this guy, if you're buying him, that's good on you. He's an amazing hero. But I mean, like $300, $400, $500 to purchase a hero, I'd rather buy a game. I'd rather buy a game for $100 and enjoy the game. And that's how I look at this game. I'll spend some money on the game. Don't think I won't. I don't really buy big shard packs and go crazy on shards because shards will break your heart. Now, chickens never let you down. I like a good deal when I feel like getting some faster progression. I'll buy a chicken pack. Once in a while, I'll get maybe the book chicken pack or whatever, and that's rare. It's rare. Once a month, maybe. But if you get them for free, I don't know if it's free. And the problem is we had a 2x event. And you really don't want to pass up 2x events for Sacred Shards. It's the best chance to get legendaries in the game. But, also we've got the 10x going on. Amazing heroes. All around amazing heroes. So, absolutely, I hope everybody, if you pulled, surely you pulled for the event. I hope some of you had luck. Let me know if you got some of these amazing heroes. I did not. I do have some of them, but I did not get any. And I think I need every one of those legendaries in there. So, unless I get a blue shard or something happens pretty soon, it looks like I'm stuck without a new one this week. But I got Hurndig, and I am totally happy with Hurndig. So, yeah, I don't know how much gel it takes to get his hair like that, but he needs to keep rocking it because this dude's awesome. I heard some people saying, man, this might be the one to skip. If you've got everything in the game, maybe. This dude is absolutely awesome. And again, you'll get your epics. As far as over the next few months of pulling shards, you have a much higher chance of pulling those purple epics than you do of getting a Hurndig out of there. You might. You never know. But you know what I'm saying. The odds are just, you gotta play the odds. You take the hero that they let you get while you can get him. No reason to regret this guy. He's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Hopefully you had some fun. Sorry that I've been absolutely sick. I am getting better. So happy Father's Day tomorrow to everybody too, by the way. Hope you have a good one. Until next time, enjoy the grind.